Hey guys, RJ Barros here. We're streaming right now in a hotel in Amsterdam. This is really a message to just record what our meeting at Google Hangout looks like. We have on the line Sam Rathling, top producer in Vi in the UK, fastest growing team. We have Christine Berthold, one of the top producers from Vienna, regional director. And then we have my lovely wife, Facebook queen, Jade Winslow, social media expert, and the guest of the night is Mark Brown, and Mr. Mark Brown has over 250,000 likes, gets 4 million shares through his videos. He's like basically one of the #1 Facebook gurus, maybe one of the #1. I don't know if there's a ranking or anything, but I pursued him, and he's here to just share what he's doing, why it works, and then see if we can partner, and this is just for archiving purposes. So take it away, Mark.
Well, it's great to be here, and it's great to have the opportunity to share with you guys. First, let me just do a sound check. Can you all hear me?
Tops.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, fantastic. Well, I guess what I want to do is I'm going to open with some comments, and then I just really want to answer your questions. And I want you to be completely blunt and bold and ask whatever you want. And I love questions. I love questions. Please do ask questions. Let me start with two opening thoughts. Well, the first thing I want to say is we have a new reality where we can impact and influence and connect with people all around the world for very small budgets. As RJ said, I've been doing this now for I guess I've been involved in social networking for probably 6-7 years. I run my own company. I've done that for 4 years. And prior to that, I was CEO of 2 companies. I became a CEO of 2
Just one sec, Mark.
Yeah.
1 sec. Is it choppy for anyone else, or is it just me?
No, it's good.
So it's okay for you? It's okay for you, Sam? It's okay for you, Andoli? Andoli, thumbs up.
It's a bit choppy. It's a bit choppy, but
It's a bit choppy? Okay. Hey, Sam, is it okay for you? Can we continue on?
Yeah, it's fine.
a bit. Yeah.
Oh, alright, go ahead.
It's fine for me.
All right, so one thing we could do is we could kill video if you wanted, RJ, and that'll help with our bandwidth a bit.
Okay. Just everybody or yours?
Yeah, if everyone kills their video and we just do audio, will that be all right with you?
I prefer video. Let's see how it goes, and then we'll go from
All right. If we have issues with catching what I'm saying, we can always go video, go audio.
Okay.
All right. So basically, I came into social media as a guy who works on a big stage. I'm not interested in small numbers of people. I'm interested in impacting millions and millions of people. And I remember when I started my first major Facebook page, it became major, I didn't know at the time. Facebook was tiny, there wasn't many people doing it, there was no book to read. I just had to experiment and grow off what I learned and discovered. I remember when I had 4,000 people on my page, it just completely freaked me out because back then, in my world, having 4,000 people in my community was hard to comprehend. It was like imagining that I had 4,000 people that would come and listen to me speak or whatever it was, but I had a community. Can you guys hear me? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's good for us.
Okay. What I might do is...
I might be down.
Okay. Okay, let me keep going. So what happened then is when I hit 4,000 is that I had a big, hairy, audacious goal. I shared a goal and I said, I want to reach 1 million people. And back then, no one had done that. And it took me 18 months, but I reached 1 million people. And that was 1 million members to my page. And then about a year after that, I hit 2 million. 6 months after that, I hit 3 million. And I realized that I had something here. And I was a pioneer. I had created, at that point, the world's largest Facebook page in that sector. And I was really charging ahead, making the most of Facebook. The key is, then I thought, well, and obviously I attracted a lot of press. I got a lot of speaking engagements, and I was in New York actually speaking at an event, and I felt, you know what, can I do this again? Is this a fluke? And I went back to my hotel room and I started another page, which was my second major page, and I grew that to 1 million followers in 3 months. And then I started another page and another page, and you know, I'm a serial entrepreneur and I've now got numerous pages. What I ended up doing is it became a huge, I had a lot of people wanting to purchase my pages, and I ended up selling most of my pages and doing very well. But I haven't stopped there. I continue to grow and build influence and impact. So the last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to open it up to questions, is this. What you guys are doing is pure marketing and sales. You have a fantastic product. It's a lifestyle product. It's something that isn't just about, you know, another widget I need. This is something that changes lives and can affect people's lives. But fundamental to that is marketing and sales. And so the model I want to use is we have inbound marketing. And if you could imagine a funnel, and at the top of the funnel is a large opening. You want to get as many clients or customers to the top of that funnel, and then you want to graduate them through the funnel. And the end of the funnel is a loyal customer, and possibly even, and I don't know your terminology, but an affiliate, someone who is selling alongside you as part of your team. Now, where I work, and what I want to focus on today, is the top of the funnel. In other words, how do you get thousands, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people buying your products, and then it's your, exposed to your product, should I say, and then it's your responsibility to graduate them through, as I said, to a sale and an affiliate as part of your team. So that's what I'm going to focus on. How do we build the audience, the first stage of inbound marketing and sales? So I'm going to just pause there and invite your questions. There's so much that I can talk about. I've got another 45 or so minutes, but I want to answer as many of your questions as I can in that time. So let me shut up there.
So, what would be like? Is it all Facebook? Is it all driven through like Facebook like pages? Is that what you recommend to build the following and then the audience?
It's a great question. Okay, the first thing to teach about social media and about Facebook is the word social networking. Now, if you think of social networking, actually the secret sauce is in the name. And the first part of social networking is social. So let me give you an example. If RJ, you had a party at your place on a Friday night, you invited some guys around for a drink and just to hang out and relax. That's Facebook. So imagine Facebook is like that hangout, like that, just that party, right? It's social. Social networking, social. Now, if RJ you wanted to talk about your business or something you're passionate about, there's no way you're going to get out a data projector and put up a screen and start handing out corporate pamphlets, right? What you're going to do is you're going to talk about your, let's say someone said to you, RJ, how's your week been? And you know you've had a stunning week in Europe, and you want to talk about it, right? You're not going to get out a PowerPoint presentation. You're going to talk about it naturally from your experience. And that's how we do social media and social networking successfully. We have to be real, authentic, and be yourself. So the first point, to answer your question, the first thing you have to do is start with your personal profile. And if your personal profile on Facebook is really private and you don't want to open it up to the world, then you need to create one that you can. But you need a personal profile. Because what I'm talking about today is personal brand building. To get as many people into the top of that pipeline, it'll come through you, your personality, who you are. You have to become, you ready for this, a mini celebrity. So I have 250,000 people, but my page that follows Mark Brown on Facebook it's growing by 12,000 plus a month. As RJ said, I can post a video that can reach 10, 20 million people. Every week, the number of people who have contact with my content, the things that I publish, is around 20 million every week. That is building personal brand. That is me sharing my message, whatever that is. And in your case, it's your business. It's your Vibe business. You have to be the conduit. You can't have a separate page. It has to be you. So whenever I look at a Facebook page, and I run a company, I work with a lot of clients, and the first thing I say is get rid of your brand. I'm not interested in your logo. It's got to be human. It's got to be social. It's got to be real. So you set up a personal profile, and then you have to start posting regularly. You've got to put content up. You've got to decide, am I going to talk about my family? Actually, what I might do there is, can you mute the button if you're not speaking? I might just get mute. There's a lot of background noise here, which is going to feed through.
I think that's Sam. I'm going to go mute her thing. Because everyone's muted.
I'll just wait. I don't know if Sam's
Yeah,
able
that's
to mute.
Sam. She's muted.
Okay.
So you're basically saying build with your profile is
Yeah, build your personal profile. Start with your personal profile. And then second to that is you need to set up a page, a Facebook page.
Why?
That's different to a personal profile.
set up a thing. Right. Yeah. What were you going to ask?
I just wanted to ask you,
Okay.
are you friends with him on Facebook? Because then you can call him on Facebook, we can hear him way more clearer, and we see him here.
Oh,
Just a suggestion.
it's recording. Well, it's not coming through clearly, so she'll just,
better now that
yeah. It's better now that she's muted.
Here's what I might do is I'm going to turn my video off so you can just hear me, and then, as I said, everyone mutes, and we should have clarity.
No, it's fine. It's fine now.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll. How do I hide? Okay. There we go. Turn your camera off, Andoli.
That'll just improve the quality, so it's more important they can hear me than see me.
Cool. All right, go ahead.
So just to finish to answer your question, so your personal profile is really important because this is a social network. You're building it through, so you've actually got to create a story around you. I mean, it's got to be authentic. You can't make stuff up, but you've got to actually live an interesting life and communicate that stuff. And I, as a Twitter guy, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, Twitter, this is its bread and butter. This is how it works. And it's the same for Facebook, only with Facebook, you got video, you got all the media you can put up. It's an enormous choice, much more than Twitter. And then build a Facebook page that's around you. Again, resist the temptation to put your business name there. That's not helpful. Do it through you, and that's how you'll gain the traction, the coverage, and the success. That's the first building block, I should say. There's much more beyond that, but that's a start.
So you would say the first thing to build a successful, successful funnel is to brand you, like what you stand for, who you are, your values.
Exactly. And then, of course, the next step is that you connect with people, you reach out to people, you engage people. So there's two realities on Facebook. One is you can have a lot of members, but actually what's way more important is engagement. So RJ, when you spoke about my video views and my post views, I did a post yesterday. Within 10 hours it had 1,000 comments. That's engagement. And the key is the more engagement you have, the more opportunity and chance you have to make a sale. It's like having a store. You can have 1,000 people in there, and if only 2 people buy it, who cares how many people are in the store? It may make you feel good, but at the end of the day, when you do the count of the money, you've only made 2 sales, so you failed. It's the same with Facebook. Having lots of people is not as important as having high engagement, which is likes, comments, shares, that's engagement. And you can tell an engagement if you go to Facebook and go to a page, and you'll see on that page there'll be the likes. You click on the likes, and up comes another page, and the page will have something called people talking about this, or what we call in the industry PTAT. Now, the people talking about this is your engagement. So you might have, I'll give you an example. Right now, I'm pulling up Walmart, and this is a good example because Walmart are a failure in social media. So they've got 34.7 million likes, and you'll be like, well, hang on, they got 34.7 million likes. They're not a failure, Mark. So then I click on their likes, and it brings up the people talking about this, which is 36,000. So they're people talking about this is 36,000 versus 37 million likes. Now I go to my page, remember that Walmart, 37 million, 36,000 likes. I go to my page, it's got 250,000, and the people talking about this is 143,000. So this is the key, is it's not just having the people, but getting them engaged.
So what are your top recommendations for engagement?
That's like, honestly, RJ, that's like asking a sports coach, how do you play the sport? I'm going to, like asking an NFL, or if you want to use Aussie, asking the Essendon coach, how do you play footy? It's a really complicated question, so I'm just going to answer it, but I need to say that this is, if I were to continue and work with you guys going forward, which I'd love to, this is going to be one of the primary pieces of work. I'm going to be coaching you, conditioning you, providing you with stuff. So I'm going to give you some high level, some 30,000 feet, but this is really a complex question. The first thing I'll say is that what worked last month will not work this month. When I grew a page to 1 million likes in 3 months, you can't do that today without $1 million budget. I did that on $0, by the way. In fact, most of what I do is on very, very, very low budget. So the first thing is that Facebook had a public offering, an IPO, and they got money hungry, and everything is now pushed towards you sponsoring and boosting posts. There are still some tricks of the trade, which is what I do, but what works last month, this month may not work. So what I'm about to tell you, please write it down and please try it, but be aware that you need some coaching, and you need week-to-week coaching because it's constantly changing. And one of the things that I do, I'm an obsessive with Facebook. That's part of my success. Is I live, I sleep, I dream about it. I wake up thinking about it. I have a suite of pages that I test stuff on all the time. I talk to the top guys, like my network are all the top Facebook page guys in the world. I work with, this is what I do. So with that said, images are really powerful. So what I mean by an image is you've got to get something that captures people's attention, and what I call the 2-second window. And what I mean by 2-second window is if you could imagine your Facebook news feed, something pops up, you look at it, you scan it, right, for what, 1-2 seconds, and if it grabs your attention, you're going to click like, and if you really think, you know what, I really love this, you're going to click share, and if it really gets you going, then you write a comment. Those 3 actions are the pathway to enormous exposure and sales success. So you have a 2-second window to capture people. So what I do constantly is I'm trying to work out what is that. So I've had enormous success. I now can make things go viral. I've been doing this long enough where the question, how do you get viral, I know how to do that. But I also am aware that what's called the edge rank, or the mathematics behind Facebook, it can change really quickly. And so I'm constantly trying to watch out for that. So I'll give you an example. It used to be that just 6 months ago, if I had a really great image, a picture that just, I don't know, a great photo and a really inspirational text laid over it, that, I could use that, twice a week. And I could use it, every week for 6 weeks. Now, in the last month, Facebook has instituted a image scanning software that says this image has been pushed out by you before. I'm going to kill your exposure, your engagement, and that's exactly what happens. So you've always got to be one step ahead of Facebook. You've got to be trying to work the numbers, and that's why it's very complex and really needs me working with you in a coaching capacity.
Cool. Awesome. Do you have any questions, Sandy? Do you have any questions, Christy?
Well, actually, I've noticed, right? I'm always doing when I'm posting something, I always add a picture to it, right? Because actually, totally what you said is my experience, right? So when you have good pictures and good visuals, people like it. People look what you're doing. They follow you. Actually, what my question would be is, would you definitely recommend us to create a fan page, or are you talking about a personal profile?
It's a great question. You definitely need a fan page because a personal profile maxes out at 5,000 followers.
Yeah. Okay. With your numbers, I can definitely understand that.
So you need to have a fan page because you want to have a big vision. You want to have.
Yeah.
I want 30,000 people. I want 50,000 people. I want 1 million. My goal is 1 million people following me right now, and I'm rocketing towards that. You've got to have that big goal.
Amazing, yeah.
Now, the other thing just about content, Jay, is the importance of video. Here's a couple of basic principles. Keep it short, keep it sweet, and keep it incredibly attractive. A video that goes for 6 to 8 seconds that I put on my page reached a massive amount of people. I forget now how many millions of people it was. I could look it up. It was 6 seconds long. But you know what it did for my page? Is it absolutely positioned my page in the Facebook world as one of the pages that's happening. So Facebook rewarded me with that by giving me a very special honor that only a few pages get. And it's a white tick and a blue circle next to my name, which means I'm verified, and it comes with a whole whack of privileges. So that would be a way down the track, but if I worked with you guys, I'd want to help you build out the page. I want to help you develop a strategy for engagement, for content. There's a whole science about when you post and how you post, how often you post. I would help you with all of that. And the goal would be towards getting your page verified, and as soon as that happens, you know what, you're safe. Outside of that, Facebook is just naturally suspicious of you that you're a spammer. As soon as you get verified, then Facebook's saying, you know what, you're not a spammer, you're the real deal, and then you can do an amazing amount of stuff. So that's really the long-term goal. This is something we can get results quickly, but to have genuine penetration in your markets, to really ramp up your sales, you're looking at 8 months. It is a long-term investment, but once you get there, oh man, it's an amazing place to be.
So are you more, would you say it's better to focus like on a customer, like a customer end, like what would get more traction in the marketplace, like focusing on health, focusing on like the business side, or would you have to split pages up for both? Because you don't want to, like, do you try to do all three? So like getting people in a positive environment, health, getting them in a position where they, can have more prosperity. Because there are 3 pillars. We transform people's lives, health, prosperity. But do we do it in a Do we do it in a? Sorry about that. Do we do it in a? Would it make more sense to do separate pages or one? Because our mission is all about transforming people's lives, but they're the three ways that we do it: putting them in environments that believe in them, changing their health inside and out, and then obviously the business side as well.
You definitely want to do it through one page because it really is. Let me tell you, I've been doing content and posting constantly every day on Facebook for many, many years, and I'm constantly what I call iterative testing. I'm always putting stuff out and going, you know what, that sucks. I actually will pull a post because I know how it should respond after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, and if it's tanking after 10 minutes, I just yank it. I mean, I have no problems with that because I'm always, you ready for this? This is a bit of Facebook jargon. Protect the edge rank. I need to get a T-shirt made up. Protect the edge rank. The edge rank is the algorithm, the mathematics of Facebook. And if you, and if you protect edge rank and you work edge rank to your favor, it will reward you and you will have huge penetration and success. So, what are the things that people connect with that Facebook recognizes people loves? Because it's just a machine responding to people's needs. And it's this. They want financial security. They want health. They want emotional health. And ready for this? I hope this doesn't embarrass anyone, but there's enormous pornography and addiction. So in response to that, if you can produce stuff that helps people, content that helps people lose weight, that helps them with their emotional health, that's depression, anxiety, that helps them tackle their addictions in porn and alcohol and drugs, then you're going to have enormous engagement. And here's the good news for every one of you. Isn't that the heartland of what you do? As RJ just said, your work is transformation, transforming people. You provide a vehicle, a place to put them in an environment where they're prosperous, where they're healthy, where their energy's good, their mind is clear, and they can really start to achieve all the things they dreamed of since they were a kid. You are actually helping them achieve that. Well, here's the good news. You're not selling a car. You're not trying to sell an insurance package. You're selling exactly what, in my research, in my experience, people want. So how do you do it? Well, you have to set up that fan page, and one page, RJ, one page for sure. You have to set up RJ. I mean, it's all through the brand. I would help you build your personal brand, and you have to live it, and you have to explain that and be clear about that, and then have the right content posted in the right way, in the right conditions, and you will start to attract that audience. Any other questions?
Did you want to ask anything else?
Well, actually, what totally comes to my mind is I'm actually living near Vienna, so I'm in the German market, right? The language German is way not attracting that amount of people like you're doing everything in English, right? Would you do 2 pages, or is there any tool where you automatically can translate the languages, or do you have any recommendations with that?
Yeah, so it's a good question because we're expanding throughout Europe right now. So if we're expanding into Europe, like, do we do local language or English, or do you have any experience in that?
Yeah, I do. I work with a client, built his page to over 1 million. It's 1.2 million now. He works in multiple languages, so I've got a lot of experience. I've lived in 5 countries. Actually, I was born in Germany, but I was only there for 18 months, so 9 sprechen Sie Deutsch. But I can speak a little. Basically, whatever your target market is, whatever language that is, that's the page you need. So if you're really targeting, like, geographically Vienna and German speakers, then absolutely I can work with you cross-culturally on that. There's no problems with that. I've got a lot of cross-cultural experience. If you also want to draw in the expat, or you recognize that there's something of a market for English-speaking Germans and Austrians and whatnot, then certainly create that. What I would do in your situation, simply because it's a hard question to answer, right, is let's set up 2 pages and just push them both along. Let's test that. And if we get a lot more joy in the English speaking, then that's where we put our energy.
So you would definitely just put on 2 pages and you post the same at the same time?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. We do. What I do with you is a specific strategy for your Vienna setting. Is I would set up 2 pages and do exactly the same content. Obviously, one in German, one in English.
Do you put the same content on your profile as your like page? So you're just pushing the same content to both, or do you have to do different content for both? Because it's really the same thing, right?
No, it would be different content for both. It really depends. If your personal page is just Arnie Mildred and a couple of high school buddies, then the question's obvious. But what you want to do is if your personal profile is really going to be just work, RJ,
yeah,
then yes, you post the same on both. It's really a personal answer.
Yeah, that's what I use it for anyway. Well, I use it for both because a lot of my business is relationships, right? So
yeah,
it's all the same thing, really. There's no real lines in what we do. So
yeah.
Okay, cool. So what does that look like then? Just so I know, so I can, talk to the team. Like, is it something to do individually, as a group? What would you be looking for it to be, successful? In what ways, other than helping our brand? Because I'm a big believer in, helping people be successful based on their results, not what you sell them, right?
Yeah.
So that's my philosophy. I don't. There's a lot of people out there that'll sell you a package or something, but they're not attached to your results, right? So, what would you be looking at from your end to partner with us? What ideas do you have?
I think what I'd do is that I'd probably have an in-depth session with each of you to start off with, right? Because each of you have a different context. I mean, RJ, I know it's part of your team, so I don't want to split the team. So hear me out. I've got some other thoughts. Then what we do is that we once a month meet as a team and talk through. And I'd just be resourcing and training you guys.
Can you do video right now?
Sure, I can try video, yeah.
It's better when you talk about it.
Yeah.
How's that? Can you see me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'd do an in-depth piece with each of you, and that would just be contextualizing. So, because each of you will be at different stages when it comes to Facebook. Some will be like, look, I'm not even really on Facebook. I haven't a profile. All the way through to, you know what, I've been posting for 4 years. And so I need to kind of contextualize it to each of you. I would help you set your page up. I would help you design it. I would help you create a scheduling plan, create a content plan. I've got a whole heap of resources, like how you actually create slides. I've got all of that. It's all free. Then I would help you with populating it and growing it. And then what we do is that we could do some stuff as a group, for sure, for the team, do some team training. But the main emphasis, I think, RJ, would be working individually with each of you. And what I would imagine is initially have a block of time, 2-3 hours, get it all set up, do some training, and then we'd meet once a week for an hour. And then what happens is over time that reduces a little, and then it'd be once every 2 weeks for an hour as we start to get into the flow. But my goal, RJ, is not to create dependence, but to really coach you to a point where you're super Facebook fit, and you guys don't need me anymore. I mean, that's the aim. It's to get you up and running.
Cool.
So-
All right. So what
So
does
is-
that look? What does that
does-
look like? Are you in terms of cost? So I got an idea of what the value is, just so I know.
Yeah, well, I think it depends on how many people, what the needs are.
Okay.
I think we need to work it out from that rather than. I mean, there's two approaches. One is we kind of have a cost for the team, or I have a cost per person. If there's 10 people, then that's a different cost to obviously 5 people. So it really depends.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I guess we'll have to talk more about that in specifics, and then I'll see who wants to be involved, and we'll have to go from there.
I'd love to help you guys. I really would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More and more people are coming, so it's getting pretty chaotic here because the event's about to start. But that's
Okay.
cool, mate. So I appreciate it. It was awesome. I love what you were
Are you
saying.
helping? Is he helping you with even getting people?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Help you grow your network.
Okay.
Yes. Do you want to ask?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was just wondering, you were saying that you got your 1 million. I hope I got it right. But you said you got your 1 million people in the 3 months without a lot of costs.
Yeah, I did. That was several years ago. That's no longer possible. You can still grow it, and there are ways of growing it organically, but you need to spend some money. And when I talk about spending money, I'm talking about, maybe 100 to 200, or maybe put it this way, 400 to 500 a month. The initial build out. You've got to invest some. Those days are gone because of Facebook trying to make a lot more money. But there are lots of tricks that I can bring to the relationship of how to position yourself to grow quickly and effectively. There's no question.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So thanks a lot, Mark. I appreciate it.
Have a great day
Thank
in
you.
Amsterdam and keep cafes, brother.
Will do.
Okay, God bless. Bye.
See ya.
See you later.
See ya.